Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Happy New Year to everyone out there. Hope you had a great evening and are able to wake up properly after the festivities from last night. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. Yeah. All right. After launching the first Bitcoin futures-backed ETF in the USA, ProShares has now shifted its focus towards the Metaverse. The first American company that launched a futures-backed Bitcoin exchange-traded fund in the United States has turned its sights towards the Metaverse. If approved by the SEC, the ETF will track the performance of the sole active Metaverse theme index called SOMTAV, SOMETAV. According to a recent filing with the US SEC, the exchange-traded fund comes by the name of the ProShares Metaverse Theme ETF. Assuming the American financial regulator greenlights the product, it will be based on the SOMTAV index. It consists of companies providing services around the metaverse to employ this type of technology. Prominent examples of firms are Apple, GPU manufacturer NVIDIA, and Meta, formerly known as Facebook. Sure, why not? Since we had, how do I even say this? Since the last couple of years, we have not seen a proper Bitcoin ETF within the United States. People have tried to find ways that seem similar to a cryptocurrency ETF in some sort of way. One of them being the futures ETF, which is based on Bitcoin but doesn't actually hold Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin value in US dollars that's traded in US dollars, and that's what got approved by the US SEC because they seemingly take forever for everything. So the idea of a Metaverse ETF by just following the companies who are metaversing, I guess, sure, why not? It sounds pretty okay. But it also, some of these things seem a little desperate to me. I think a lot of the times, usually, it's like these companies just simply want to be the first at every single thing, whether it's going to actually be a hit or not. Sure, not too much to say here. Here's the actual SEC filing from them. I don't know if this is going to work out. No one even knows what the metaverse is actually going to look like or which metaverses are actually going to be the winners in the space. So I guess maybe more things would be added to the fund as time went on, but I don't think this is going to be that popular at all. Like you can't have an ETF for every single little thing. It just gets a bit ridiculous. Like, why not just invest in Apple normally? Anyway, they're trying to launch another ETF thing, which is probably going to get approved because it's just following other companies who are already existent. So yeah, amazing. Let's move on. Next up, also in the news, cryptocurrency exchange FTX is planning to increase the adoption of stablecoins. In a recent Twitter thread, the exchange was asking its users if prize money of $1 million would be enough for the first bank in each region to accept stablecoins. What? Like other cryptocurrency, stablecoins are not cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized and are not controlled and owned by anyone. That has to be abundantly clear. These are digital coins and representations of fiat currencies, are also under scrutiny in the United States and other countries. While central banks around the world are supporting central bank digital currencies, the acceptance of private stablecoins is still a major issue. However, digital exchanges are now stepping up to increase the use of digital stablecoins. FTX highlighted that the company is trying to establish partnerships that facilitate instant deposits and withdrawals. During the recent quarter, FTX witnessed substantial growth in trading volumes and the total number of users. So as far as I understand it, it looks like this crypto exchange is going to try and offer $1 million to each bank or to banks in general to start accepting stablecoins. That's not how reality works. All of this has to go through the SEC unless I'm completely missing the point of it being a security, which I'm pretty sure nearly all of the stablecoins actually are, as they are. But anyway, the point is, I don't think this is going to work. I think this is simply what's it called? Advertising something, like a way to get more traction for the idea of stablecoins. I think if we do hear about any bank accepting them, it's going to be like a very weird, obscure bank, because this happens all the time in the cryptocurrency space. A lot of times we'll get news, like there are major banks accepting crypto, but a lot of times we get news that so-and-so bank is accepting it, but the name of the bank is like Crypto Fund 41X, and it's like, okay, so you guys were already into cryptocurrencies and you got a banking license after, and therefore that makes you a bank right now. I don't think this is going to work, simply because, first of all, banks want to issue their own stable coins or central bank digital currency and get other people to use it. Banks are less likely to use someone else's product because the bank would then have to pay a fee. This is how it works. This is how the world works, to actually use the other project. And also, banks want to be able to create something and then charge you 3% to use it, as opposed to you creating it and then you charging them 3% at the same exact time. Because once again, banks and money. So sure. Let's see if this actually works out. This reminds me very loosely of the people trying to buy the Constitution and also trying to buy Blockbuster. I feel like if you have, I'm going to assume that they're going to be looking at least 10 different banks. I feel like $10 million actually invested into stable coins or other projects that might actually use them, or like liquidity on cryptocurrency exchanges, might be more of a winner, because as of right now, banks have been told by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund that they have to adopt central bank digital currencies. And I'm going to assume that stable coins were not part of that list. Anyway, that's the FTX $1 million per bank news. That's why it's called News I Missed. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, here's a really weird one. GasDAO, that is GASDAO, is seeking to become the heartbeat and voice of Ethereum's most active community. A new project called GasDAO, launched in bold fashion by airdropping tokens to Ethereum's most active users. The project allocated 55% of the supply of its gas token to 643 active Ethereum users. The distributed amount was calculated based on the amount of gas each user has spent on the Ethereum network. Users who had spent more than $1,559 on transaction fees before a snapshot were eligible for the airdrop. You might remember EIP 1559, and that's how they got the $1,559. So the thing is, is that you had to have had an enormous amount of transactions already to be able to pay so much in gas. Part of the issue being is that a lot of people were reporting that even after the airdrop that they received, after spending thousands on gas fees, the amount of GasDAO, the token that they received, you have to pay a gas fee, ironically, to be able to accept it on Ethereum's network. And the gas fee from Ethereum was more than they had actually acquired from the GasDAO tokens. And therefore, it was completely pointless to try and accept the gas tokens because the gas fee on Ethereum was too high. What an actual time to be alive. So I assume we will get more news, hopefully, in the next 2 months, if Ethereum does actually upgrade to 2.0 and has zero transaction fees. Then people will be able to get their GasDAO tokens. But as of right now, it's literally not possible for a lot of people. I wonder how many airdrops there are going to be over the next couple of, I guess, months and maybe years. This is now the second one that we're talking about over the course of a week. The last airdrop before this was the OpenSea airdrop for people who had been doing tons of transactions on OpenSea through Ethereum. Kind of fascinating. This is reminiscent of what people believed 2018 would be. Basically, by holding cryptocurrencies, you would get airdrops from these new tokens, but that's kind of completely disappeared. Anyway, yeah, there was another airdrop, but people can't accept it because Ethereum's gas fee is too high. Nonsense. Alrighty, let's move on. Next up, crypto exchange Binance announced on Monday that it had received in principle approval from the Central Bank of Bahrain, or the CBB, to establish itself as a crypto asset service provider in the Kingdom of Bahrain. In principle approval comes as Binance applied for a license from the CBB as part of its plans to become a fully regulated, centralized cryptocurrency exchange. Receiving in principle approval from the central bank means that Binance still needs to complete the full application process, which the exchange expects to be done in due course. The announcement has noted, according to the crypto exchange, the CBB is the first regulator in the MENA, the Middle East North African region, to grant an in-principle approval to a Binance entity. I don't have to read anymore. You kind of get the idea. So Binance is continuing their rapid expansion. I do not understand for the life of me how Coinbase isn't doing this and how Gemini are not trying to expand in the same exact way. Binance is now in multiple countries. It makes so much more sense now. Even at the beginning of last year, we were getting a lot of news, that is to say 2020, a lot of news that Binance was the largest crypto exchange on the planet. And it makes total sense because they're in every single major important country and any other important as well countries. I'm pretty sure they also have applications going on as well. And tying directly into this, Binance has registered its domestic entity in Canada for dealing in virtual currencies. According to a tweet shared by Changpeng Zhao, the same has received approval from the authorities as well. As per the company's filings on the 24th of December, Binance Canada Capital Markets will be a money services business and allow dealings in digital assets, money transfers, and foreign exchange. Here it is worth noting that Binance's domestic entity in Canada was incorporated on the 1st of December and holds the current license till the end of 2024. And it says apparently, I think they were, Binance says, Binance is once again attempting to further its global footprint. However, it recently faced a setback in Turkey after the authorities reportedly fined the crypto exchange $750,000 for violations. But I assume that's also because their currency is falling apart. Now, if you really want to understand how currencies and governments and markets actually work, the idea that a country can have their entire currency collapse by 40% over the course of a 1 week period. And a lot of times we get the news, us, like the unimportant people, get the news that cryptocurrency activity in a certain country has really skyrocketed, huge uptick. And this is usually the news that we've been receiving about a number of countries who've had their currencies devalued, fall apart over the course of the last couple of years. I would assume more so that if a country realized that their currency was completely collapsing, they got a metric that people within their borders were trying to buy more Bitcoin or use more cryptocurrencies. Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange that people were probably using to try and buy this new currency to get away from the old currency. Well, that's how you get a fine, and that's how you get told to, go away and leave the country kind of thing. Anyway, so yeah, Binance continues their rapid expansion. I still don't get how other companies are not doing the exact same thing or are not at least trying in some sort of way. I assume regulators are happy at this point because Binance now has multiple physical locations, which I told you at the beginning of the year is all that they cared about. Regulators don't actually care about public anything. It's more of regulators want to be able to walk into someone's doorway and say, hey, you've done something wrong, pay us money. That's all it's just about control, as it always has been. So yeah, they have 2 new crypto licenses. I assume by March, they will have 3 more. There will be tons of Binances because that's just what seems like where it's going. And yeah, let's move on. And to finish things off in I think I get it news, I'm not really sure. One of the largest cryptocurrency mining companies, Marathon Digital Holdings, has purchased another 78,000 S19 XP crypto mining machines from Bitmain. To acquire the equipment, the firm spent nearly $1 billion. What the fudge? According to the filings with the US SEC, Marathon Digital Holdings will receive the machinery in the second half of 2022. Bitmain will deliver 13,000 units per month in July, August, September, and the rest of the year, yada, yada, yada. The equipment is the newest global generation and miner machine. Marathon paid $879 million. Jeez Louise. The news was announced nearly a week ago, but the acquisition price became evident today. It is worth noting that upon disclosing the information back then, their stock jumped by 10% in a single trading day. So the news is that one of the largest cryptocurrency Bitcoin mining companies has purchased nearly $1 billion worth of equipment and 78,000 machines. Sure, I don't know if this is supposed to be exciting to us in some sort of way. I tried to comb through the news, and is Marathon based in the States? And I say that because since the entire China fiasco with them kicking out all the Bitcoin people who were mining, we've had a lot of news that these machines have been picked up, taken to the States, and are now being used in Texas and Florida and in Alaska as more people feel that things are more decentralized or more under control, not in that country, but in this country. So is the news that they're rich, they bought more equipment, and this mining equipment is going to America? Or is it simply that the company is rich and they're just simply buying more cryptocurrency machines? See, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's also like another company, Stronghold, bought 9,000 Bitmain machines, but it says they're Pennsylvania based. So I don't really know. Anyway, cool. I hope it works out for them. I hope the machines make them lots of digital monies and, they put it into houses, or I don't know. Anyway, that's the Marathon news. Couldn't figure out why this was slightly popular over the course of the week. But alas, here we are. Yeah, I love this visualization. I think it's the weirdest thing in the entire world. I had this in the last video as well, and I'm probably going to use it for a long time. It's showing all the, geez, that was crazy. It shows like all the transactions that are happening on the blockchains and them like going into their own buses, and then the buses like drive away. It's the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all have a great new year, a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, supporting, and just still being here. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.